Okay.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see the screen.
Okay. I open my slide. Okay. Okay. Hi and welcome to the beginners to advanced training session, 7 days training session on Google Earth Engine platform for remote sensing analysis. And we already covered the fifth day training session, and today is our sixth day training. Okay. So I am course coordinator. So basically, this is our full course content. We will cover this full course content within 7 days, and we already cover all of the things. I hope you can now you will practice, and if you face any problem, then you can just let me know. We also give you any solution when you face any problem. You get all time solution. Okay, and today is our sixth day training date, so we will start. And today is our topic is that mainly in the 2 days we also try to discuss about the land cover classification map, and we will focus all of the work for the land cover classification, and mainly how you can use the land cover classification map using the Google Earth Engine platform, for use the different types of machine learning method, how to make the land cover classification chart, okay, how to calculate it the area, and how to add the legend on land cover classification map. We will cover all of the details. Okay, so basically this is our today's 6 day training course content. Okay, so first of all, we already know about the land cover classification. What is the land cover classification? Mainly land cover classification is the biophysical surface of the earth surface, where the water body, natural land cover such as the river or water body, then others. And mainly we also use here the land remote sensing technique for making the land cover classification map. Okay, so this procedure is the same. Now I will try to show you the some process for making the land cover classification map, and this process is the same for all of the land cover classification map when you want to make. Okay, so first of all you need to selecting your ROI. Suppose I want to make the land cover classification map for Dhaka city or your any specific area. First of all you should choose your region of interest. Okay, after this you need to choosing and filtering the image collection. Your image collection can be Landsat or Sentinel. Okay, so you just choosing this satellite imagery, and then you also need to filter your imagery, and we already covered the how you can easily filter the Landsat or Sentinel imagery for a different time or period, as well as also for a specific region. Okay, we also covered this part. And then we need to collecting the training point. It's most important. So when you want to make the land cover classification map, so mainly we will use here the two machine learning method. If you want, you can use the supervised machine learning method or unsupervised machine learning method. When you want to work with the supervised machine learning method, then you need to collect the some training point for running the supervised machine learning. Okay, so first of all you need to collect the training point, and this training point will be represented the different types of feature. Suppose you want to collect the some training point for water, you collect the training point some for build up area, you collect the training point for the bare land. Okay, so you can get the some training point, and this training point size it depends on your area. If your area is big, then you can get the more training point, or if your area is small, or then you can get the less training point. But you will try to add the more than 50 training point, okay, for get the better accuracy result in your land cover classification map. and then when you get the training point, then you need to merging all of the training point together. So you will merge all of the training point together. Okay, then you need to make the training data set. Okay, mainly this training data set come from the different types of band wavelength. Okay, suppose in this time when you I will try to show you all of the things the practically. So this is the theoretical, so then I will move to the practical so that you can easily understand all of the things. Okay, so make the training data set. When you want to make the training data set, we need to use here the different types of band wavelength. Okay, suppose red band, green band, or short wave, infrared band, all of the band we get the some make the training data set. Then we need to create a classifier. We need to create the classifier for and classify the image, and this classifier can be different types of classifier in available in Google Earth Engine platform, for random forest classifier, or minimum distance, or classification and regression trees classifier, and there are the lot of classifier will be available here. Okay, then we need to create the classified image, then display the result. Okay, then we can also add here the confusion matrix table, or we can also check the overall accuracy assessment of this map, land cover classification map. Okay, then calculated the area for each classes, how many urban area, or how many water body, or how many vegetation, or how many agriculture area will be available in my particular area. We can also calculate it. Okay, so basically today I also try to show you all of the things step by step, and rest of the part, and this is the a lot of part will be available for the calculating the area. I will cover all of the things one by one for the next day classes. Okay, so basically today I will focus on all of these topics. Here you can mention already, and I will cover all of the topics and give you the practical example. Okay, so let's start. So you can see this is the small project of the land cover classification map using the Google Earth Engine platform. Okay, this is the code link. You can easily access this code, and you can also see this is the LULC map using the Sentinel-2 satellite imagery. Okay, so let's start. We will start our today's session. Okay, and we can also make the chart like this for how many built up area will be available in here. Okay, we also make the this bar column chart we also created in Google Earth Engine platform, and it represented the every specific classes area, built up area, how many. We can also calculate it this area in the different unit. If you want, you can calculate it the area in hectare. If you want, you can calculate it the area in square kilometer unit, or whatever unit. Just you can get the you can easily get the all of the conversation unit. Okay, so let's start. So I open my code editor, and then first of all I need to selecting my ROI. This is our first step. You need to selecting your ROI. You just simply upload your own boundary shape file, what you want to make the land cover classification. You simply upload, and then you can simply import. So here I already uploaded. Suppose I want to make the land cover classification for the Dhaka city. Okay, so this is my shape file, and this shape file here I already uploaded. So then I simply click to the import. This shape file will be imported. You can see this shape file will be imported. Okay, my first task will be completed. Okay, so just I import my region of interest, and then I simply, you can see this is the default variable name table. I simply change it. You can use any variable name. I just simply use here the ROI. This is my region of interest. Then we will move to our second step. A second step is that you need to choosing and filtering the your satellite imagery. Suppose in this time I want to work with the Sentinel imagery for making the land cover classification map. So I simply import my Sentinel-2 satellite imagery. So I simply search here the Sentinel-2, and here we can see the different types of Sentinel-2 collection. Okay, in this time I want to use here the Sentinel-2 surface reflectance. This imagery I want to use here the surface reflectance. Okay, so this is the data for the, we can simply, okay, I will check it. You can see this is the SR, it means the surface reflectance. So this is the surface reflectance for Sentinel-2 collection, and you can see get all of the information about this data set, also get the bands, image properties, okay, all of the things we can get from the image information sheet. So in this time I simply import this image collection because I want to work with this image collection, or if you want you can also simply copy this collection snippet, and after this you can simply paste in your code editor and then just put a variable name. Suppose I can give the variable name is that I simply put the variable name is the data set, okay, data set. You can see now this image surface reflectance of Sentinel-2 collection, it imported in my code editor. Okay, so now I want to filter, and we already know about that how we can easily filter the image collection. Okay, suppose I want to make the land cover classification for year of 2020 or 21 or whatever you, or you just put your specific time period in here. So we already know about that when you want to work with the filter our specific time period, then we need to use here this function, it's called the filter date. Okay, and then I simply put here my filter date is the, I simply put here the filter date 2021. I want to make the land cover classification for the year of 2021, and then I simply put here the 2021 December 31. Okay, then I simply put this year, and in this time I also use here the another function, it's called the filter bounce function, and we already know about the filter bounce function. Filter bounce function, it intersecting with your whole collection with your geometry. So in this time my geometry name is the ROI, I simply put here the ROI. Okay, and then I also need to filter the image properties. Suppose I want to get only for those images which image cloud pixel percentage will be not less than 10% or 1%. Okay, I want to choose the specific image properties. Okay, so that's why I simply use here the another function is that if you want you can use here the filter metadata function. Okay, it also okay, and if you want you can also use here this function, it's called the filter, and then you can simply use here the art engine filter, then use here the less than. Okay, I simply use here the LT, it means that less than. What less than? Then I simply put here the image properties name. I want to less than, I want to use here this less than image properties cloud pixel percentage. I want to need the cloud pixel percentage. Suppose cloud pixel percentage will be, I simply put here the 1%. Okay, so now we can get here this I filtered this image collection, and now I want to check how many images will be available here. If you want you can also check it easily from here. So I simply check it, use here the pin function, and then I simply use here the data set because it will be stored under this variable. I simply use here the size function. Okay, then click to the run. So now you can get here the only for the 32 imagery for my specific time period as well as a specific boundary. Okay, and specific image properties I want to get only for the 1% cloud pixel percentage. Okay, so I can get this the total 32 imagery for my specific time period as well as also get for my specific area. Okay, so in this time I also need to use here another function, it's called I want to get from here the mean result. Okay, suppose I want to get from here the mean result. Okay, so for this I simply take the another variable, or if you want you can also use the same variable. Suppose you can use here the data set. Okay, when you want to use the same variable you can see this is the data set, and here I already use here the var keyword. Okay, so it's defined this data set. I use the variable, you can see this variable I already used. Okay, so now I want to again use the same variable, so that's why I don't need to add here the var keyword because I already defined this data set, this word is a variable, and so that I in this time I don't need to use here this var keyword. Okay, so I simply use here the data set. Okay, then suppose I want to select suppose specific band. Okay, so in this time if you want this data set has, you can see this image has a different types of band available. You can see this image has the different types of available in here. Okay, if you want, you can also check here the how many bands will be available here. We can also check it. Suppose I simply use here the print. Okay, then I simply use here the data set. This is my variable name. Then I simply use here the band name function, band names. Okay, so it now it will be print. Okay, sorry, this thing, you simply remove it and then click to the run. Okay, it's not showing the band name because it's not a function. Wait. Okay, so I simply use here this data set, print this information. So, and we can get here all of the properties, feature. You can see here every images here. I can get the total 32 image ID, and every image has the 23 bands. 23 bands will be available here. But when you want to make the land cover classification, you need to take only for this sum of the band, which band you can use for the making the training data set. Okay, so for this, in this time, from the 23 bands, I want to select only for my specific band which band I want to select this band. Okay, so for this I take a variable. I simply take a variable and I want to use the same variable data set, so that's why I don't need to add here the var keyword. Okay, then I want to simply call the data set, because this data set stored the 23 bands, and from the 23 bands I want to select for my specific band which I need. Okay, so I simply copy this data set and then I simply use a function, it's called the select. Okay, and then I want to select all of the bands in a list, so that's why I simply use here the square bracket, and in this square bracket I simply put all of the band name. Suppose I want to need the B2. Okay, I also need here the band B3. I also need here the band B4. Okay, I also need the band 8. This is the near infrared band. Okay, and I also need here the short wave infrared band, and I also need here the short wave infrared band 2 B12. Okay, so I simply select this band. You can see I select my specific band. Okay, in this time you can see this band is the B2, B3, B4, B8, B11 and B12. If you want, you can also change the band name. Okay, so you can see this is the B2. This band, we can say that this is the blue band. Okay, but in this time when you want to check from here your band name, you can see this band is the B2, B3, B and also description. But in this time I want to change the band name. I want to change the band name and I keep the band name as the blue for B2, green for B3, red for B4, then B8 is the near for B8, B8 for near. Okay, all of the band name I want to set like this description. Okay, so that's why when you want to use the band, then we can easily use this band name blue, green, red. Okay, we don't need to use here the B2, B3, B4. So that's why in this time I also try to show you that how you can easily change the band name, but it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory. For this, when you not when you don't change the name, you can simply use here the B2, B3, B4, B8 or B11. But when you change the name and give the name for B2, you can give the name for B2 is the blue, B3 is the green, then you need to use the name blue, green, red, near infrared, short wave infrared 1, short wave infrared 2. Okay, so suppose I want to show you that how you can easily change the band name. So for this I simply use here a function, and we already know about that. This function, when you want to add something, then we need to use here the map function. Okay, use here the map function. A map is a function. It will be connecting your function, which function you created. It will be connecting with your function which you created with your whole collection. My whole collection name is the dataset. Okay, so that's why I simply use here the map function, so that in this time which function I created, this function will be added with my whole collection dataset. Okay, so I simply use the map function. After this I simply use here the function. Okay, and in this function I want to take a element. Okay, and this element I simply put the element name is the x. Okay, after this I want to use here the curly bracket, and between this curly bracket I define what is my argument. Okay, in this time I want, sorry, in this time my argument is that I want to change, I want to rename this band b1, b2, b3, b4, b8. Okay, I want to change the band name. Okay, so in this time my returned argument is that I want to return this element x. This is the element, this x will be renamed. Okay, and this x represented all of the band name. Okay, b2, b3, b4. So I simply use here this x, it will be renamed as I simply put here the name sequentially. I want to make a list. Suppose in this time b2 is a blue. Okay, then I simply use here the b3, this is the green, and then I simply put here the b4, this is the red band. Okay, then I simply use here the near infrared band for b8. Then I simply put here the short wave infrared 1, this is the band. Then I simply use here the short wave infrared 2. Okay, so you can see here I simply rename all of the band b2, b3, b4, all of the band I rename it. Okay, so then I want to calculate it the mean. Okay, mean, what is mean, I want to get here the, you can see here I can get total 32 satellite imagery, and this image will not be taken at the same time of the between this time year. Okay, it will be not take the same time, it will be taken the different time of the year. So that's why I want to calculate it, the total mean images. Okay, from the 32 images I want to get only for the mean pixel value, and then I can get a one images. Okay, so that's why I simply take a variable. Suppose I simply use here this variable name is the satellite image. Okay, set image. Then I simply call my whole collection, this is the data set, I simply call him, and then I paste here. After this I simply use here the mean function. Okay, so it will be calculated all of the images as a mean pixel value. Okay, after this you also need to clip with your shapefile, which shapefile you want to use. Then you, suppose in this time I simply take the variable, I gave the variable name is the same variable, I simply use at the set image, and then I simply call this set image, because it will be stored my mean result. Then I simply paste here, and then I simply use here the clip function, and it will be clipping with my ROI. Okay, and I also want to focusing this shapefile, I simply use here the map center object function, and in this time this object is the ROI, and then I simply put here the zoom level is the 8, and then click to the run. So now we can get the imagery for between this time period. Okay, we don't need to use here the map add layer function. Wait a minute. So we don't use here the map dot add layer function for adding this layer. So this is the set image, I simply copy and paste here, then click to the run. A new layer will be added here, you can see. Okay, this is our image, and you can get the totally black color image, because we did not add any visualization parameter, so that's why we can get the image like this. Okay, so in this time I want to simply add the visualization parameter. So here you can see I can simply use here, from here you can see I simply click to here, and you can see in this time that is the not b2 or b3 or b4. We can get here the which band I rename, and I can get here the rename, you can see blue, green, red, not b2, b3 and b4. Okay, because in this system I rename all of the band. Okay, so that's why you can see this band I can get from here, the blue, green, red. Okay, now it not showing the b2, b3, b4, because I rename this. Okay, in this time I want to use here the red, then green and blue. This is the RGB color, red, green, blue, and I simply also increase the custom stage 98%. and then click to the apply. So now you can see we can get the imagery in here. Okay, and now we can use the imagery for making the land cover classification map. Okay, and we can also do another things is that I think this image is the clear and there is the no haze or cloud. Okay, so but when you want to make the land cover classification map, you also need to use here the cloud mask band function, so that we can easily remove all of the cloud and we can get the totally clear image for making the land cover classification map. And we can also see some I think this is the some haze or other cloud, I think. So that's why we also add here the this code for making the remove the cloud and haze. Okay, and we already know about the topic, so how you can easily remove the cloud. Okay, so we already covered this part. So in this time I also try to show you that how you can easily remove all of the cloud. And we already know about that every satellite imagery has a cloud mask band function. Every satellite imagery has a, you can see, cloud mask band function. Okay, in this time you can see this is the cloud mask, then this band name is the QA60. When you want to remove the cloud from your satellite imagery, then you need to use this band. Okay, QA60. Okay, and we already covered this part. So in this time I just write this code. Okay, so I hope this is the same way. Okay, so in this time I want to remove the cloud, so that's why I need to use the band name QA60. And here you can see there is a 2 bit, bit 10 and bit 11. Okay, it represented the cloud and cirrus. Okay, we set both of flag, we set here the equal to 0, then we can easily get the clear imagery. When your image has some cloud, this cloud is automatically gone when you use the cloud mask function. Okay, so in this time I use the function band name, so I simply copy this band name and I create a function. So for this I simply use here the function, and then I simply put here the function variable name is that marks to clouds. Okay, marks to clouds, and I also give here the element name is the image. Then in this time I make a argument in this curly bracket. So in this time first of all I need to select my specific cloud mask band. So I will simply take a variable and give the variable name is the QA. After this I simply call my element name, and in this time you can see between this argument, between this curly bracket, we will work all of the things using this element name. Okay, not our data set or other things. What is your element? You just all of the things work according to this element name. Okay, so that's why I simply use here the image, and then I simply use here the select function. Okay, then I simply put here this band name is paste here BQ60. Okay, then we need to selecting our bit 10 and 11. Bit 10 and 11, it is the cloud and cirrus respectively. So I simply take a variable and give the variable name is the cloud bit marks. I simply use the cloud bit marks, and then this bit number is that I simply put here the 10, and then in another thing is the cirrus. I simply use here the cirrus bit marks. Okay, and this bit number is that 11. Okay, I simply put here the 11, and then we also need to both flag should be set to 0. It's indicating the clear condition. So now I want to set here the cloud bitmarks equal to 0, as well as also cirrus bitmarks equal to 0. So that's why I simply take a variable and give the variable name is the marks, and then I simply use here this call my band name QA, because this band will be stored under this variable QA. Then we also need to use here a function, it's called the bitwise end. Okay, bitwise, this is the lowercase, bitwise end. So this is the bitwise end. Okay, then I simply call my cloud bitmarks, and then I set here equal to 0. So I simply use here the equal to 0. Okay, and I also need to set here the series bitmax equal to 0. So I simply use here the AND function. Then I simply call here the QA. This is my band QA60. It will be stored under the QA. Then I simply use here this function. It's called the Bitwise End, and then I simply call the series bitmax, and then it will be set equal to 0. Okay, after this I want to return what I returned from here. I simply use the return function, and I want to return this image will be update it. This image will be update marks. I simply use here the update marks function. And what's update marks function I want to use here? I want to use here according to when I set here the equal to 0, I want to add this both cloud and bitmax, cloud and series bitmax. It will be 0. So that's why I simply copy this marks and paste here. Okay, this is the same variable name. Okay, so now it will be work. So now you can see this function I created. Okay, this function I created. So now I want to add this function with my whole collection. Can you guess it? What's the function in this time I want to add here? I created this function. So now I want to add or connect this function with my whole collection dataset. So what's the function I want to use here? Can you guess it?
Yeah, I am thinking about it.
This is our function I created. So now I want to add connecting this function with my whole collection dataset. And this is same way you can see when I created this function, we can just connecting. Okay, this is my function. Okay, this is my function, and this function I connecting with my whole collection dataset. For this we need to use a function. You can see this is the map function. Okay, so map is a function. It's mainly work for the connecting which function you created. This function I created. So now I want to add this function with my whole collection dataset, because I want to show the result. There is no clear image, and this is my collection dataset. Okay, so that's why I simply use a function. It's called the I can simply use here this function map function. After this you just copy the function variable name cloud marks to clouds. I simply copy and paste here. Okay, now this functionality will be added with our collection dataset. Okay, so because I want to add here the map function. Map is a connecting function which function you created, and now I want to add this function with my whole collection. So that's why you need to use here the map function. Okay, then simply put here this your function variable name. Okay, so now you can see it will be added here. So now I simply click to the run, and everything is okay. So I simply click to the run, so I can get the change. You can see it will be connecting, and we also need to add here the visualization parameter. I simply click to here, and I want to add here the red, then green and blue. Sorry, this is the blue, and stress 98%. I simply put here state at 90%, and then apply. After this I simply click to the import. You can see, and we can get the better visualization image than before. You can see we can get the better visualization image than before. Okay, when I use the cloud or cirrus, it will be removing. We can get the better imagery. So now we can get here the using the imagery for making the land cover classification map, and then it will be a good looking, and we can get the good accuracy map from here from using these images. Okay, so I simply click to the import. Okay, and you can see this line of this will be imported, and we already know about that. After the object name, this is our object, and after the object we always put here the visualization parameter. So you can see we completed our second part. Our second part is that choosing and filtering the satellite imagery. Okay, and this is the same way for the Landsat. When you want to work with the Landsat imagery, we can use the same way for filtering, as well as also when you want to work with the cloud marks function. You can also see the Landsat imagery for the individual band name for removing the cloud and cirrus. Okay, then we can use the same thing. And I also try to show you this part for the using the land cover classification map for using the Landsat and the next classes. So that's, I hope you can also understand. So in this time I also covered this part for the Sentinel. Okay, so okay, so our second step is done. And then third step, we can also check our slide. You can see our step is that our first step, selecting ROI. Second step is the choosing and filtering the image collection. We already done it. And then third step is the collecting the training point. Okay, so now I also try to show you that how you can easily collect the training point for the different feature, suppose urban water or vegetation or other feature what you want to classify. Okay, so I simply want to show you that in these images. You can see, and this image in this time you can see this image showing as a natural color. Okay, we can easily identify this is our water and this is our urban body. Also you can see this is the vegetation, this is the also water in here. Okay, also some vegetation in this part you can see. Okay, and also you can see some the bare land. Okay, this is the bare land. We can also see the some river bank. Okay, or bare land. Also you can see this is the urban or built up area. Okay, and this is the mainly this image you can see this is the natural color. Okay, but when you want to work with any unknown place, suppose you don't know what is the it's the water or urban or what is it, you don't know, so then we need to use here the different types of band combination. Okay, so you can see in this time I use the band combination, and this band combination represented the natural color. Okay, red, green and blue. So when you want to, I also try to show you this link from here. So different types of band combination for Landsat 8 you can see. I also try to show you that part from here. For the natural color for the Landsat 8, when you want to work with the Landsat 8, then you need to use here the B4, B3 and B2 band, or green, red, green and blue. This is the natural. Okay, so we can easily identify. You can see healthy vegetation is green, unhealthy flora is brown, urban feature FAR white and gray, and water is the dark and blue. Or we can see you can just you can see this description, and our in this time it will be totally mess when you use the band combination red, green and blue. Okay, we can easily identify. You can see vegetation is the green color. We can also see the urban water body also you can see blue. Okay, so we can also see the urban is the brown. Okay, we can easily identify. And if you want, you can see this is the another for the making the this is the false color composite 543, and it is the near then near infrared band, then red band and green band. So when you want to use the near infrared band, just you can simply use here the near infrared band, then red band and green band. Then we can get here the this you can see this is the false color composite. Okay, and in this false color composite we can also identify some feature. You can see this is the dark red, or you can see this red also identify the vegetation. Also you can see description about this areas red have the better vegetation or healthy vegetation. Okay, dark areas are water or urban areas are white. Okay, we can easily you can see urban area will be white. Okay, in this part white. Okay, so this is the you can use the another method. You can see for the short wave infrared we can also use the short wave infrared. When you want to use the short wave infrared, it is a short wave infrared 2 band, 1 band and red band. We also try to check, suppose short wave infrared 2, short wave infrared 1 and red band. Okay, then apply, then we can get the another band combination. Okay, okay, so we can also use the band combination. You can see now this water will be showing as a dark color. You can see. Okay, also you can see healthy vegetation will be green as a green color. Okay, also you can see the bare land. Also you can see this is the some type of yellow color. Okay, You can also see the some water in here. Okay, and if you want to identify the agriculture area for your region, then we can use here this band combination, and it's the shortwave infrared 1, then near infrared and blue. Okay, we also try to show you the shortwave infrared 1, shortwave infrared 1, then near infrared and blue, near infrared and blue, and clear the fly. So now you can see, and description is that you can see it's commonly used for the crop monitoring because the use of shortwave and near infrared. Healthy vegetation appears dark green, okay, but bare earth is as a magenta hue. Okay, you can see healthy vegetation is a dark green. Okay, and when you want to and there is the no field, okay, crop field, so that's why we did not use the any square or other things. You can see because mainly crop land will be just a square or rectangle shape. Okay, so that's we can easily identify this is the crop land. Okay, when you want to work with the crop classification map, then you need to use the mainly use the band combination. You can see this is the crop land, just a rectangle or a square shape. Okay, okay, I hope you understand this part. And in this time I also try to show you that mainly when you want to work with the training point, then you need to use here the different types of band combination for collecting the different types of training point. Okay, suppose this time I want to work with this set, suppose I want to work with the natural band combination, and this is the same way, just your visualization. Okay, for we can mainly we use the band combination for our better visualization, for identify about the feature. Okay, okay, so let's start. So I want to training point, I want to take the training point. Suppose I want to take the training point for water body. Okay, so for this you can simply click on this marker point, add a marker. I simply click to here. You can see a new geometry or a new line of code. You can see new geometry will be added here. Okay, then you can simply use a edit properties layer, click to here, and then you can just put the name. Suppose in this time I want to get the training point for water body. I simply use here the water body. Okay, and then I simply use here feature collection, import as feature collection. Then I also need to add here the property, and property name will be same for all of the individual classes, water, urban body, built up area, all of the properties will be same. Okay, but value it will be changed. Suppose I want to give the property name is the class, you can use any name. I simply use the class, and then the value it will be start from the 0. It means that all of the water body training point this identity is 0. Okay, we also check the training point result after some time. So you can see I simply click to the OK. Okay, then you can see this is the water body, also change the water body. And then when you want to collect the training point, you can simply click on your water body. Okay, you can see this is the bold color of black, then you can just simply put here the training point. So in this time I want to get the training point for the water body in this area. Okay, this is the water body, also some water body in here. Okay, I want to take the training point, suppose. Okay, I get the training point from here. Okay, I want to get the training point for water body. Then suppose I want to get the training point for the urban or built up area. Look, this area I want to get the training point. So I simply click to the new layer. After this I simply click on the edit properties layer, and then I simply put here, suppose I want to give the this is the built up area. Okay, I simply use here the built up. Okay, and then I simply use here the geometry feature collection, import, and property will be same. I simply use here the class, and value it will be 1. So all of the training point for built up area it will identity is 1. Okay, so I simply click to the OK. So now I want to take the training point for the built up area, and there are a lot of training point. You can see for the built up area I simply, you can see it will be black, and you can see this is the bold. Okay, so I simply it will it means that it will be selected. So now you can get the training point for the build up. Okay, and there are the lot of build up area, then vegetation and water. Okay, okay, I can get some training point for the built up area. Okay, suppose third is that I want to get the training point for vegetation. I simply click the new layer and then simply click on here, and then I simply put here this the vegetation. Okay, then import at feature collection, then property I simply put here this is the class, and then value this is the 1, this is the 2. Okay, so it means that you can see first value for the water it's showing the 0, then build up this is showing the 1, and then vegetation is showing the 2. I simply select the 2 and simply click on OK, and then I want to get the training point for the vegetation. Okay, so I can say the some vegetation or the green pixel in here. I simply select. Okay, suppose this is the some green pixel. Okay, I can some training point for the vegetation. After this I want to take the some training point for the bare land. I simply click to here and then click to here. I simply put here the bare land. Okay, then I simply use here the feature collection. Property will be class, and value I simply put here this value is that 3. Okay, then I simply take the some training point for the bare land. Okay, so some of bare land in here. You can take the some bare land training point. Okay, I can the training point for the bare land. Okay, so now you can see here. Okay, I can get all of the training point for the water body, build up, vegetation or bare land. I want to classify it, all of the specific feature or classes. Okay, so now you can see here our this step will be done for making the collecting the training point for every individual feature. Okay, so then we need to merging all of the training point. Okay, so for this when you want to merge all of the training point, it means that all of the combine the sample regions we have into the single collection. Okay, so I simply use a variable in here and gap the variable name is I can simply put here the variable name is the simple regions. Okay, and then I simply merge all of the training point together. So here you can see first training point is the water body. I simply use here the merge function. It will be merged with the build up, and then it will be also merged with our vegetation, and it will be also merged with our bare land. Okay, so now you can see here I merged all of the training point together. I want to check the result. I simply use here the print, and then simply use here the sample regions. I just copy and paste this variable in here and then click to the run. So now you can get all of the information about the training dataset, training point. Okay, so here you can get the total 217 point, all of the for water, then vegetation and the bare land, water body, all of the things you can see, total 217. Okay, you can see, and you can get all of the, everyone has one property. Suppose I simply randomly click the 30. Okay, so here you can get the properties. You can see this is the class 0, so it means that this is the class 0. When you want to get the training point for the water body, you can see here I can get the set the value 0. So we share that this point, you can see also you can see this is the longitude and latitude. Also you can see this point, the when I want to take the point, I want to get this point as a water. Okay, you can get all of the point. You can see also, you can see this point is the one. It means that this specific latitude and longitude I want to get here the build up for the training point for build up. Okay, because this class is the one. Okay, so I hope you understand this part. For the classes, you can see this is the class 3. Okay, so because you can see this class 3, it means that this is the bare land. Okay, for the training point I want to get, and this is the bare land. Okay, so I want to get my training point. So now I want to make the training data set using this training all of the training point. Okay, so I hope you understand this part. Any question if you have, you can ask me any question. Any question?
Hello, no question as of now. I'll practice and I'll let you know.
Okay, okay, no problem. And I also send you this full code so that you can also practice, and you can just, when you face any
Yes.
problem, just let me know. And you also try to make the land
Yeah,
cover classification map for your other regions, for other state of India or other area. Okay, then it will be better for you.
sure, sir, sure. And sir, I just wanted to ask if you can please resend me once again the last day class, that is the day 5 class. Can you again send me the YouTube link?
Okay, okay, I also send you all of the video classes in a playlist in my YouTube channel. Okay, I will send you this.
No, I
yeah,
already have. I already have the link for 4 classes.
yeah,
I wanted to check once more for the 5th one,
yeah,
and this is the 6th one.
yeah.
So if you can resend me once more for the last one, you know,
5th class.
yeah, for the 5th class.
Okay, I check it. I hope I will send you. Okay, I will check it, and then I also send you this class you from YouTube
Yes,
channel.
yes,
Okay.
just the YT link for that, and otherwise I have the other code editor link you have already shared with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm having. So yes, then I will practice and I'll surely let you know, sir.
Okay, okay.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, please proceed.